Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I am a drone pilot, but in both of my hands I have RC planes. And in today's video, I'm gonna see how fast each of these jets can go. So let me tell you about them really quick. First off, we have the HABU. This is the 50mm HABU. 50 millimeters just refers to the EDF in the back. That's the diameter of the fan blade that's in the back that pushes it, the thrust that gets it going. This is a really good plane. This is I think it was my first or my second jet I ever had when I learned how to fly planes. You can take the wheels off, get it going faster, leave the wheels on for touch and go landings or take off and landings. I'm gonna leave the wheels on, and if I have time, I'm gonna take the wheels off and then fly it a second time because it will go faster with the wheels off. Slightly faster, not massively faster, slightly. The great thing about this jet for a beginner is that it's a floater. When you cut the throttle, it will just sit in the air like a glider and float around, so you can take your time bringing it on down, which is really good. Second thing, it has ailerons on the wings, it has elevators on the tail, and it has a rudder. That's pretty awesome for a jet this size and in this price range. So it makes it very controllable in the skies if you want to do acrobatics or just fly around and enjoy yourself. Now this beast is called the F14 Tomcat, and it has two motors in it, two EDFs in the back, and they're both 40 millimeters. This is not a plane for beginners because, well, you see the wings? They actually can be swept all the way back. It turns into a lawn dart and just crashes out of the sky. There are no ailerons on the wings. In the back, you have what are called elevons in the back, and you have no rudder. It's also not a good plane for landing, so that's why I don't recommend this one for beginners, but for beginners, I do recommend this one. Although, I will say an awful lot of people would prefer to have this one because it's so cool with the wings that can sweep back as you're cruising and go faster and faster, which we're going to see here today, compared to this one, which is more just an enjoyable flying jet. All right, so let's take both of these out and see what the speed is. So to get the speeds, I'm going to put a SKYRC GPS on the planes, and this should give me the accurate speed of how fast they're going. Also, if I get a chance, I'm going to stick a little Insta360 Go camera on the plane as well. Not at the same time because that's a lot of weight, so I might do one flight with this, then squish the video together so it looks like it's one flight. Now the battery in the F14 Tomcat is a 2200 milliamp hour LiPo battery right here. It's a 4-cell LiPo battery, and that sits in the little plane. Okay, GPS is here on the plane. I have it at the center of gravity. Hopefully it doesn't weigh it down too much. I have to let the GPS get 12 satellites minimum before we go, so I'm just gonna put my phone down. While I do that, I'm gonna plug in the battery. So as you can see, looking here, I have 3 flight modes. I have the wings out for takeoff and landing and cruising, and then I can go make it go a little faster, and then super fast. That's when it becomes a lawn dart and you have to really be careful flying it. So let's put it back to wings out. Now you see why this can get broken easy. It is fixable. If you do break the wings, I've broken them several times. You take off the cover, you put a linkage back in place, and then the wings are fixed. All right, we got 12 satellites. That's good. So I'm gonna go flying. I'm gonna go start. And there we go. So I don't have a lot of space because I have all these lamp posts everywhere. So my goal is to make the plane go down this direction, up, take it around, then back this way. So this is basically what we're going to be doing a loop. I'm going to stay away from the sun over there because it blinds me. That's all I got for control surfaces. And that's pretty scary. Here we go, the big takeoff launch going down. Come on, lift up. Oh, it takes forever to get up. There we go. Let's bring it around. I'm leaving the wings out for a few passes just to show you. Make sure I don't lose behind the trees.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Bring it overhead. There we go. Now you can see with the wings out. There we are. Hopefully my GoPro picks that up. We're going to come around a little faster now because this is a speed test. So I've got on full throttle, and I'm going to try to do this as one person. Wings are now halfway. Wings are halfway, so I'm picking up speed. Nice and high. There it is, wings swept. It looks pretty cool. All right, next pass is wings all the way back. Super swept, still going full throttle. Wings all the way back.
Flight mode 3.
Now it's a lawn dart. So way up there, it is very tiny. I'm sorry it has to be so high, but that's the only way I can fly it. All right, bringing it back again. Trying to turn it around this time as a lawn dart. There she goes. It does look incredibly awesome. I'm gonna go one more pass at full speed because this is a speed test, as I keep mentioning. This battery is gonna be warm because I have not let off on the throttle. I'm gonna try to bring it down a little lower for this next one. I don't want to get it too low behind the trees because I can't see it turn. There. So I know I'm low now because I can't see it as well, but here we go, coming around. This is in lawn dart mode. Whoa, whoa, you can lose control of it in lawn dart mode easy. All right, so I'm gonna bring it around. There we go, wings are going out.
Flight mode 1.
Speed should slow down.
1 minute.
And I'm gonna bring it out myself this direction. Here we go. There we are, wings are out. Okay, and we'll bring it back for a landing. This plane is very, very difficult to land. Okay, I've got it coming down at me. Whoa! See what I mean? That's difficult to land. All right, let's put the canopy back on. Let's see if our little guys inside are injured. So, look at this thing. Did I kill it? That just came in way too fast. So let's see. Do I still have control of the wing surfaces? Oh, I gotta fix one.
Flight mode 3.
So that is fixable. So beginners, avoid this plane. But the thing to see now is how fast that plane traveled. So let's go like this. The GPS is still working. There we go. How fast do you think that was? You know, in dart mode. Whoa, 140 kilometers per hour. That is fast. All right, to fix the wings, you just pull this panel off. There's 4 screws underneath. And then over here, you have a connector. This is the wing that was busted. You just reconnect it to the wing. And then if I show you here,
Flight mode 3.
they all work again, just like they did when it was brand new.
Flight mode 1.
All right, we're all good. Next we have the HABU. I'm just gonna plug in the battery. There we go, that's on. And now put the GPS on the HABU. I think it goes right about here to keep it somewhat balanced. All right, this is a speed test. The GPS is on. I'm gonna turn it on here. It's gotta get the satellite, so we'll just wait for that. But as we're waiting, I just wanna mention that inside the battery that I have on here to keep this light is only a 1300 3S LiPo battery at, 1300, so that's 1300 milliamp hour LiPo battery 3S. Okay, I got 12 satellites. We're gonna go to flying, and we're gonna go to start, and there we go. Now, I was gonna fly this baby in the parking lot, but cars are showing up, and it's too dangerous, so I'll just fly it out here. Here we go. Keep it straight. Well, it must be okay, it's going up. Every time this plane takes off, I always want to put the wheels up, and then it's like, oh yeah, the wheels don't go up, they just stay down. So I'm going to keep it a level flight, just like I did with the F14 Tomcat, and that will give us a true representation of the flight. This is full throttle, there she goes. I will say, if you're a beginner and you want to get one of your first EDFs, this is a great one to get. It's not, it doesn't scare the heck out of you. Only thing to warn you is on landing, it floats, so you need a big field. I'm going to land it on the grass here. All right, I've got the speed test. That's pretty much 3 times around, and we saw it going fast, so I'm going to slow it down. And I couldn't do this with the F14 because I was in the parking lot, but I can do it with this one. I'll just bring it down and dive it right at me here. Coming right at me, I'll just get the heck out of the way. There it is. I'll put the throttle back on, just so you can see it. It's a cool looking plane. All right, let me bring it down and we'll see how fast it was going. So I've shut off the throttle already. It's just gliding through the air. The last thing you want to do is give it up elevator as it's gliding. Just let it nose down. And then finally, when it gets close to the ground, start to give it a bit of up elevator and flare it. There you go. And she lands right beautifully over there. Beautiful plane, great for beginners. Let's go check the speed. All right, we're connected. I'm gonna hit stop and I'm gonna hit read. 112 kilometers per hour. All right, so there you have it, the speed test on these 2 jets. Now, for everybody who bought the HABU 50 and thinks it's faster than my test, if you fly your HABU 50 with the wheels off, you will get a bit more speed. Same is true with the F14. You take off the wheels, you'll get even more speed. So once again, just keep it in mind, this HABU has a 50 millimeter EDF, so it's got a larger motor than on the F14, but the F14 has 2 motors, 240s. This flies on a 3S and this flies on a 4S, but this won't get as much flight time because it has 2 motors and it requires the larger battery and it sucks it dry in no time. Whereas this one here, you can get a lot more flight time since it's only using a 3S and it flies quite nicely. And I should also mention that some people fly the HABU on a 4S battery, but it's not really recommended with the ESC. You might blow something, so they only recommend a 3S. So with all that said, both of these planes are from EFlite, which is part of Horizon Hobby. I'm going to put links to them below. You can can buy them pretty much any place in the world. You don't have to buy a receiver. If you buy the bind and fly model, the receiver's already in it. You just have to have your own little Spectrum radio of any type you have, and it will bind to them quite easily and you go fly. So again, links are below. Go check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have questions on these planes, I'm sure a lot of you own these planes, but if you have questions on the planes, just post them below and I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a future video with many more reviews. Until then, I say bye.